So, this is the fabled Bane's realm. Very quaint. Now, in case you're unaware, I am not your Chris. Your Chris is currently being held captive inside of my lab. But fear not, your Chris is being treated with the utmost respect and care. And I'm just here venturing inside of his universe to look for a certain thing. And the item in question is called Codename Necromancy. And also, to my knowledge, I've heard that the Bankrupt knows best about this necromancy, so I either need to find him or his corridors, or mayhaps even where he used the necromancy last. Okay, maybe throwing out all those items into the void may not have been the most optimal idea, but it shouldn't matter too much at this time. Hold up, what are iron shields? That's a very odd, specific thing that's inside of this world. I was never informed about the fact that there were iron shields inside of this particular world, but those extra luxuries won't matter too much because right now I need to blend into this world. Because at any moment, one of my cohort's colleagues could actually spot me and put me into some pretty decent trouble, as I may have a few differences compared to my cohort. Okay, this appears to be the way in. Now I just need to find some items to cover up my differences from my counterparts, and let's see, what are all these things? Red steel ingots. That's very not much so what I was expecting. And what is that thing? What is that thing just staring at me off in the distance? I have very much so underestimated the Bane's realm a little bit here. Wait, this is where my counterpart actually got that book talking about necromancy. So I believe I'm allowed to take these items, assuming they are technically mine. I have constructed an onyx helmet, which should cover up my hair differences pretty well, but wait a minute, my irises. People are still gonna notice. I didn't want to have to do this, but in this situation, I don't think I have much of a choice. I have donned these fake glasses, which make me look ridiculous, but should still keep my cover in touch. And now time to look for code necromancy. I could be incorrect, but this might be the Bane's house. And the frustrating thing is that any one of these items could be the necromancy I'm looking for, but I just have no idea what it looks like. I have done a very thorough search, and I've yet to find the necromancy, which could only mean that it is either on the Bane's or it's at the previous location it was activated at. Oh my, why is he shooting at me? Why is this thing shooting at me? Can I take it out? Can I take it out with what I have? Or third option, we just run and cover while we look around for the Bane's or wherever he last used it. These things are everywhere, every single place I turn. Okay, this isn't working in my shelter somewhere, but if I'm gonna want to be on the lookout, I might need to construct something that will allow me to do that safely. So let's ponder and pillage around this one civilization, and then let's construct something to make things just a little bit safer for me. And after pillaging some resources without it being too obvious, I managed to construct this watchtower. Now, it might just look a little bit unstable, and that is unfortunately because it is, but it should keep me out of the harmful elements while I look around for the Bane's crops. And I've also stolen this spyglass I found, which should assist me in seeing things from pretty far away. Any sign of the Bane's crops anywhere? It's not looking too likely at this moment. I've set it so I could see literally as far as I can, and I'm still not seeing any sign of the Bancrupts anywhere. This is almost feeling hopeless at this point. Like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to find anything on my own. Unless, maybe I could get a local to show me where the Bane's crops or the necromancy is. And that one might know exactly where they are at this point. It's gonna be a fairly risky move, but I'm going to have to do it. But hopefully my disguise will allow me to do what's needed to find the necromancy.
I'm sure you've been up to something, some comic mischief up above. Perhaps.
You could say something like that. Welcome.
Scoosh.
Hello, the Duba 4962. It's a pleasure, as always, to see you every single time I do see you. I was wondering if you knew the location of the Bane's crops at all?
Specifically, what do you mean specifically?
Well, either
Crook's location.
there is something on him that I require, or he has put it someplace.
And what might that be?
It's called Necromancy.
Well, he said he left it in his house, right?
I've done a pretty decent sweep at his corridors, and I couldn't find it.
It would be quite funny if he didn't realize he was using an ender chest.
If it's not here, do you know by any chance where he used it to resurrect a dog?
Weren't you there for that, though? I was over at,
Of course
Fallen
I was. I just, just making sure you know.
Okay, yeah. I do know where that was, where that took place, yes.
Might I know the location? That would be extremely helpful.
Okay, that would be over at the Fallen Kingdom to resurrect their dog.
The Fallen Kingdom. That's a fun name. To what place do we reside at?
We're, like where we are right now?
Yes.
It's a bit concerning that the one in charge of the place doesn't know where we are.
Oh, I'm in charge. I mean, of course I'm in charge. And this place is...
Yeah. In Victoria.
Victoria. That's what it's called.
You feeling okay, bud?
I'm feeling 112% today.
Seeming
It's just been a stressful time. Just very stressful. Do you ever have nightmares where you're in an empty place and you wake up and you're still there? That's what I feel like sometimes.
Yeah. Speaking of, you look like you haven't slept in a while. Are those bags under your eyes?
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha. So, I guess...
So, Fallen Kingdom.
Next stop, Fallen Kingdom.
Next up, Fallen Kingdom, to see if we could find the Necromancy. I'm currently without the ability to fly, unfortunately. What about the Nether?
We could try that. Nether adventure time? I guess that way? I'm
okay.
Not entirely sure where
I'm entrusting my life in you, friend.
Oh man, the pressure's on.
If only there were... Oh, jeez. If only there were other methods on getting there, huh?
Yeah.
Easier methods on getting there. Isn't this Fallen Kingdom also connected to the Nether?
Now that I think about it, it's possible that it's not.
So we're going on blind's luck here.
Yeah.
Is it always this hectic? Are there always creatures out trying to kill you? Like every day?
Yeah. To be honest though, Genesis is pretty mob-proof.
I have somewhat underestimated the power of this realm. There's ice in the ceiling. Could that mean anything?
Oh, that. Yeah.
I'm seeing obsidian. I'm seeing a portal.
Oh, this might be it.
This looks like this might be it. There's chests, there's wool, and there's yellow and red flags.
Hey, yep, we're here.
Of course we are. Again, just testing you.
Well, now I have learned something new. I now know how to get to the Fallen Kingdom by the Nether.
As do I. Now, the only thing, I don't know if the Bane Corrupts will leave it out in the open, or if it's someplace else.
Here's the dog that was revived.
This is the dog. Is it under the floor?
I don't think it would be under the floor.
It could be anywhere. And the floor is one of those places. The space seems too suspicious for me.
It hasn't really been touched in quite a bit.
Well, that and also because of this.
Oh man, that was me. I did that.
Oh.
There's actually, I did not realize how many signs they have not taken down yet.
The necromancy is vital right now to me. Extraordinarily vital, because I was suspecting if any place, if it wasn't on the Bane's crops, it would probably be where he used it last. The Duba, or can I call you Duba? Can I drop the Duba?
Yes.
You failed me. The world is gonna come to an end because the Bane's crops is gonna be really mad. He's going to stuff me like a turkey. Fill me with pugs.
Don't even worry about it. I won't let Bane hurt you.
Not if I get to him first. He's gonna be the one with pugs being stuffed inside of him. Did I say that out loud?
You did.
I suppose I could be a little less violent to you then. If we could keep this away from Bane. I'm sure he didn't mean to take it with him. I'm sure it was all on accident.
If I can even make some sort of necromancy on my own, instead of relying on Bane crux.
I'm not sure if that will be possible, considering the complexity of it.
I've got magic. I'm sure it's not that hard. Aha. Welcome. We have the thorn of life. The flesh of man. The bone of man. The organs of man.
Where'd you get all this stuff?
Question the methods here.
Where is the GMAC?
He's off on a little bit of an adventure
to find his missing organs.
Maybe. He's definitely not dead. 100%. And the totem of life, and that should concoct the book of necromancy.
Fascinating. I will have to do some tests. I have an idea on how to test this. Might I borrow just a few things? Just a few blocks.
Gotcha. Go for it.
This is gonna be a very messy test, but assuming I can get it to work, let me make a few of these. Put a few of those around the place. To test it properly, it'd be ideal if both of us are inside. Do you remember what you did yesterday morning?
Yesterday morning? I don't believe I did anything much.
Well, if this works, there's only one way to find out. Did it work? We're still in the same place. This didn't work. Are you sure you did it correctly?
Yeah.
Unless, considering the tense and the scope of this world, and how I'm very unfamiliar with a lot of this stuff, perhaps necromancy is something completely different to what I was actually looking for.
What were you expecting to find through necromancy?
That is for me to know, and for me to describe, and what I could describe is the fact that this didn't do what I was expecting it to do. You know what? It's fine. I have a smile on my face. You see? Big grin smile. If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go let out my frustration someplace else. He thinks he can keep everything from me just to save his pathetic friends. He thinks he has all the power, but no! It is me! It is me! And I'll destroy everything you created just to find... Hold on. What? There's something down here? What? Why is there just a lone book in the middle of this conspicuous cave? This is very strange, but let's see what this actually says. Forget not that may the force be with you only when one is a fool. For if another person were to be associated, then the breaths of campfires would be present. Wait, I understand what this means. Decoding this encrypted message must be when the time machine was sent to. But to know for sure, I must try and decrypt this fabled message to see if there's anything that I can link it to. That with there, and that with that. No. Maybe that with that. No. Why did my stupid counterpart even make this decrypted message in the first place? Like, it's impossible to decode. Hold on. Wait. I get it now. The obvious date to link it to would be in May, but considering forest could also mean 4th, and considering the fact that it says when 1 is a full, that must mean in April, and smoke from the campfires must mean the 20th, so it must be April 19th. And he thought he was so clever. But now I just need to know where it's actually being held. And once again, it must have some link to do with one of his previous videos. So if I construct this really quick. Perfect, now let's see, and no, not that video. No, that one's too obvious. Why did he even make that video in the first place? And of course, it's so obvious. It's so clear now. And with that, I must take my leave, the Bane's Realm. It's been fun. Actually, no one hasn't, but I appreciate you accepting me in this world for the time being.